Well, a very good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to day two coverage of the Hana Invitational, staged here for the first time at the Heaven Country Club in Ansan, South Korea, a co-sanctioned event between the Korean and Japanese tours, and that's the beautiful trophy that we're playing for in this 13th edition of this championship. And there's also the small matter of 1.3 billion Korean won of the prize purse to disperse this week. Last year, Takashi Ojiso made history as the first Japanese player to win this championship. At the moment, it's a Filipino. It's up the leaderboard. Justin De Los Santos, back-to-back 66ers for the man who plies his trade on the Japanese tour to lead at this point of the tournament. 105 players under par out of the 144-player field. So if you're not making birdies, you are certainly going backwards. Kazuki Higa, one of the headline acts from Japan, contesting this championship. This is the man that emerged victorious last week at the Busan Open. Hong-taek Kim continuing to ride some good form. This a birdie opportunity to be there for the king of the screens, 15-time winner on the G Tour in South Korea, which is the screen golf tour, but you play for a decent chunk of change. I'll have to watch if you ever get the chance. Sang-hee Lee, former Maekhyung Open champion, been having quietly a very good season. Still yet to win in the last couple of years since coming out of military service back in 2021. To the man who tops the Genesis points list right now, Baekjun Kim. The season opening Pro Open. Fair top tens. Tilden Oak for the most number of top 10 finishers through 7 events this season. Inshin Park. The opportunity here for the two-time match play champion in South Korea. Just going to slide by. Higa, earlier Tatsunori Shigenji, they're all going to be part of our featured coverage this afternoon. Now to one of the quartets that bagged gold at the Asian Games 2 years ago in Hangzhou, China, Woo-young Cho. Second shot to the par 5 11th, played as one of the easier holes yesterday at Heaven CC. With 7 eagles and a smattering of birdies, and we'll have a lengthy eagle putt from the middle of the green. Jin Kim's birdie at 7 happened a couple of moments ago. This is tee shot now at the 8. That beautiful Mercedes-Benz already claimed by Gyu-min Lee, courtesy of his ace on this hole yesterday. That's a good tee shot for Baekjun. There's a two-way tie for the lead into Friday's play. Tilden Oak and Hong-jun Lee matching 63s yesterday. Rounds as well from Jin-ho Choi and company. And Shogenji, and for the first time in his career in Japan a couple of months back, winning shortened championship, and that's a good tee shot there from the diminutive man from Japan. 7 years of age, Shigenji. Turned pro back in 2020. Was for the opening round, pretty calm condition, maybe not much breeze to speak of. Some of the players were mentioning that rather breezy in the practice rounds, then all of a sudden it was dead calm. It's a pretty good scoring yesterday and once again today. See right there, 3 excellent tee shots by the featured group. Three-time winner on the Korean Tour, one of them being a co-sanctioned event, the Maekhyung Open with the Asian Tour last year, his breakthrough title on Asia's premier men's golf circuit. Yep. Youngjun Lee slept on the lead last night. Brilliant round of 63, which included 2 eagles. Shot now to the par 5 11th, and that's going to catch the wrong ridge, which is going to funnel it away from the hole. Blown hot and cold this season, Youngjun Lee just hasn't been able to string 4 solid rounds together. He got the 9th. From Okinawa, his championship last year, staged at Namchuncheon, just inside the top 20. Partners have that really wide stance, low hands. Not exactly what you would call a textbook golf swing. It's effective, make no mistake. To 12. Canadian makes his home in South Korea. Justin Shin. 3 under par. But it's a cut right now at 4, so these players really got to try to pick up some birdies. Much depends on the scoring pace this afternoon. We could even see the cut move up to 5 under. Impressive with that lead. These players only on that 5 under par mark. Just creeping into the left rough on 9, but that's okay. Disastrous there. The 2017 Makyung Open champ. This year's Makyung Open champion, Do Yup Mun. Best season of his life thus far through the first 7 starts of the year. Only 4 under is Mun. Back to Asian Tour Q School at the end of 2024. Earned his card back, and it's good to see Do Yup playing some excellent golf once again. Not going to soon forget that tremendous Sunday 63 at Namseol clinched in. Ultimately turned out to be a 3-shot victory to lift one of the most prestigious titles in all of South Korean golf. Now, Shigenji for a birdie. With a fraction too much pace. Shortened event in Mie back in April, the Token Homemade Cup. .54 holes, but a win is a win. Come close at the Japan PGA Championship back in May, losing in the playoff to Taisei Shimizu. So Shigenji, like Mun, having a season to remember. Big greens out here at Heron CC, and there's got a lot of slope in them as well. I've never given screen golf a try. I really do suggest you pop in and have a go next time you're here in South Korea. In principle, it seems like a very easy thing to do, just hitting balls off a range pad into a screen, but this is a part of a game that is really challenging on those monitors. To think, how hard do I actually hit a 4.5 meter putt? Some of the best one-take win, have that all dialed in. Usually, one-take pretty efficient on an actual golf course as well, although that one just underhit. Sadly, from that left rough on 9, too bad of a lie. Easy cut over that right-hand trap, just 5 paces from the right edge of the green. making earlier about these big greens at Heaven CC. Finding the putting surface, your approach shot usually isn't good enough. You've got to be in the right segments. You could have some really nasty putts up and over the ridges and humps and hollows. And Victor and Kim, it's a back-to-back birdies. This is closest pursuer, top of that Genesis points list. Now up to 7 under. Wonderful shot there. Stand corrected. It was a tie for 3rd last year at the Hana Invitational. Smith shouted, picking up a 5th career title. That's a very poor effort from Shin Park. Got to break this one into segments. It's going to come up 2 levels. It's going to be slow. Just at the end, should start to move right. But this one's got to take a chance. Sit down. Oof, Young Cho. Had an eagle putt. Oh, he's just putted it off the green. I just wonder, does that count as a green in regulation? His 3rd shot hasn't found the putting surface on a par 5. Let the stats people figure that out. Now back to Munn. 10th for his birdie. Start to shift pretty hard to the right there. As we said, these greens are running absolutely pure right now. Not the quickest that they can be. With 11.5, 12 in the stint meter range. You have to keep it at a respectable speed because, as you can see from Hyungjun Lee's putt, a lot of slopes here. One of these professionals could be made to look a little silly. Greens get a little too firm and speedy. Shigenji. Not the biggest guy you're going to see in the golf course, very much like Kazuki Higa. He's a solid player, no mistake. Splits his time between the Japanese tour and the Asian tour, dual card holder. For birdie. Statistically, that's going to be a very confusing one. Was that a green in regulation? Is that a 3-putt or a 2-putt? Just to see what the stats men have to say about that. If we go back to Vic Jun Kim. He's going with a 3-wood here. A bit of a steery golf swing, but partners seem to like it. That needs to get down. Ooh, he's going to be putting for par before Kazuki Higa. That's for his birdie. Kim. He has the ball a little bit further back in his stance. He gets a lot of sharply moving with a driver. Controls the club face through impact so nicely. Can't win in Busan last week just gave him so much confidence because he was having an awful year on both the Asian Tour and the Korean tours. It's a funny old game, golf. Going one year and then not be able to make it cut the next is in part. There's a little to be desired with that birdie effort. Han Song bunkered at the 11th. Singapore Open champion finished in a tie for 2nd at International Series Japan at the Caledonian golf winner Lucas Herbert. Making a necessary 3-putt Sang-hee. Fortunately, that's what he's done. Turn us back to 4 under, which is, like I mentioned, exactly where that projected cut is right now. Now up to the 12th tee and Hyunjun Lee. Okay, he's walking like that. One's heading a little further right. Okay. No harm done, but that could be a pretty speedy chip shot from the right edge of the green. Brilliant approach from Higa. Inside edge putt. Yeah, solid conversion there. Kazuki Higa, efficient as always. It's himself within 4 of Justin De Los Santos. And that gold medal in Hangzhou for Woo Young-cho. Hugely important, because that allows him to bypass mandatory 2-year military service here in South Korea. Still got to do the basic training for a couple of weeks, which he completed at the start of the year. Really is such a disruptor for so many in South Korea. Actually, the prime of your golfing life. Plucked out, shoved into the military. Takes a while to find your form again. We saw that from lots of Lee Sang-moon and No Sung-yeol through the years. Sato. This for a birdie at 11. Older brother of legendary female golfer Ai Miyazato. I think that he's lived in his sister's shadow for many a year, but I promise you, he's made a pretty penny playing this game over the last few decades. That's the whole location of mine. Cut all the way right corner of the green, 29 paces from the front, 5 from the right edge. Really got to make sure you're behind left here. Tiny little slope which can just ease the ball towards that segment of the green. Slightly uphill, so 121 meters. Jun Kim getting closer a little to 124. Starting to dial it in himself, much like Kazuki Higa. Lovely stuff from Baek Jun Kim. Looks like it's slightly below his feet, but he's taking a pretty direct line at this one. He could have done with half a club more. Still pretty good shot. Looks like he sort of sets the club on top of his backswing. And he just tries to turn his chest really hard through the ball. Just lets his arms and the club sort of fall into place behind. Solid shot from Kim.
많이 짧았나 봐. 한 10m 짧은 것 같아.
Surprisingly, elected to cut this one. Down the hill, off his right. Pace looks pretty good. Good touch. Song will get himself up to 6 under par. The Open Championship Troon last year. Successfully made the cut against ENG Kim. They're earning their berths courtesy of the international qualifying schedule. First and second, Colon Korea Open. What was available this year, and that went to the champion, Sadom Kalkanjana. He'll be teeing it up at Royal Portrush. Sure. Sort of sleepy round of 71 yesterday. Round today, so to 4 under. Stock round the golf from B.O. Kim. He needed it most. 65, that not only propels him into the weekend and into contention, it's in 5 of Los Santos' lead right now. First to putt on the 9th for a birdie. Out slightly earlier as well. Quick putter. Ooh dear, this is awful looking lie for Kazuki Higa, left on 10. Pretty good contact with it. Excellent look at that one, Kazuki Higa. Job's not done, but give himself a chance to escape after that wayward tee shot. Playing of this Hana Bank Invitational. Defending champion Takashi Ojiso looks like he's done enough to a weekend trying to defend his title. No man's ever done it. Baekjun Kim, a revolution short. Get another birdie. Ojiso had to birdie his final hole yesterday. Together a solid round of 69 this morning to leave him safe for now anyway. 65 and ties make the cut. Now it's looking like 4 under par, but could get to 5, you never know. It's on the scoring pace of the afternoon wave. Style, but it's very upright with it. Just tries to have that putter hang down vertically from his shoulders. It's another one that's just not hit hard enough or high enough. Chopard also wavered at 10, but he's not quite as bad as he does. For par. Birdie of the day. Back at the second hole. 35. disappointed to have not picked up at least one birdie on the 2 par 5s. Front side still 9 holes to play. A lot of opportunities away. Sankey from the right side of the fairway at 10. That's more like it. Beautifully controlled. So, left edge of this 12th tee. It's kind of the front segment of the green today. Not the longest player, but pretty accurate. Jason Point. Oh, brilliant from Young Han Song. These guys that has dual membership on both the Korean and Japanese tours. Lots of schedule options for Singapore Open champion. Now, Hyungjun Lee hit at 13. Comes out right. Finds fairway bunker, one place you really can't miss it on this par 4. He's had his battles with that club over the last couple of years, Hyungjun Lee. A lot to like about Woo Young Cho's game. Of power, so many of the youngsters these days have that. Tremendously consistent as well. Makes the odd mental error, but my goodness, he's still a young man in his early 20s. He's got time to learn. Just playing as a 2-ball. Man of this group, fortunately, Yosuke Asaji has had to withdraw. So we'll be doing a little bit of waiting. The group of Lee and Cho. Jun Kim trying to keep his foot on the gas pedal as he starts his back 9. Side. Leads the points list and the money list on the Japanese tour. Is this 27-year-old? 51 million yen. It's just a smidgen under $400,000 US for 7 starts. One tip Kim. Alongside Tatsunori Shogenji in that right-hand rough. Mine looks a little better though. And affectionately known as the king of the screens in South Korea. Down on the green is Kazuki Higa. He's chipping this. Bump it into that little upslope. Take some of the sting out because it starts to race downhill to the hole from there. Good news is at least he'll be putting back up the hill for his par. tee shot at the 12th. Song for his birdie. Flick it into that right slope and have it come back around. That's going to be a bit of a fiddly one for a par. Good news for him, Jimmy. That ball's rolled back into the middle part of the bunker. Bad news is he still managed to clip the lip. Maybe just trying to bite off more than he could chew there. So Takashi Ojiso unstuck on this hole in our coverage yesterday. Fortunately, Hyungjun Lee suffering the same fate at the moment. There you go for par. Do some excellent golf back in 2022 to win the Order of Merit in Japan. Because in one sense, Lee still with 143 meters to this hole. After the bogey at the 9th. No, he can't. Sammy Lee having a bit of a torrid day. He started the second round within 3 shots of the co-leaders. Now he finds himself on that cut line at 4 under. There's Atom. A lot of players going to the yellow golf balls these days. They don't make the hole bigger though. So that is a very poor little miss from Yusaku. Got to start this one well outside the left. He's trying to drip it in over the front lip of the cup. Giga that's off the 10th with a 5. Nice and vertical through impact. It shows you the difference coming out of the rough, unable to get that grab, the spin you need to hold it near the hole location. Releases on. Still be a birdie look. Strong fella. Kim. I could have seen how much Genji's ball released. Maybe just take a little off this one. To run out. Done that. Beautiful shot from Hongtaek Kim. That left rough picture Kim. 10 meters left. Horrible. Jungwon Lee's just moved up into a share of 6. He's just birdied the par 5 18th, his 9th hole of the day. Make the turn within 3 shots of the lead. It's a good going from Jungwon Lee over the last couple of weeks. In his position, psychologically you feel like you have to birdie 11. Give yourself some breathing room. Cut line looming at 4 under par. Starts with a good tee shot, even though that's just in the right rough, that's fine. Back of the green on 13, but deft touch there from the young man. Park. Wouldn't call it exactly Scotty Scheffler footwork. Pretty violent little body action from Shin. Two-putt this, take the bogey, get out of there. It's not exactly inside the circle of friendship yet for him, Lee. Break is in 4 here. There's 4 feet of it. Terrific try. That head down, nice solid stroke. Okay. Didn't make a bogey yesterday. That's the second one of the second round as Hyunjin Lee goes back to 9 under par. He's got a semblance of how much this is going to move. After watching Bitch and Kim, it's really such a field putt. Just trying to get your pace right. Match up the line of the bat. See the ball enter the hole. Imagine the hole is a clock face around 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock. It's a real sidewinder. It's hard to convince yourself to hit it hard enough when you know it's going to turn so aggressively around the hole. Or we'll do Shigenji scorecard, no damage whatsoever as we go up to the 11th with Sang-hee attacking from that right rough. It's a good break, actually skips around the edge of the bunker, and it's going to work out brilliantly for Sang-hee Lee. No idea how close that is. Straightest of the 3 birdie putts, upcoming at 10 for Hong-Taek Kim. Remember his last 2 efforts just running out of steam. Hopefully this one a bit more speed. Still wants to move right though. How often do you see that? Just the immediate reaction to some makeable birdie putts. Slipping low. Give yourself another look. You just jam it straight through the break. That is going a little cold for Kim midway through this second round. park, and it's probably going to trundle through the green. But that's an okay spot to leave it, just through the back. Pretty simple little pitch shot remaining for Park. That's a good break for young Cho. He got the kick off the side slope, but he's drawn a pretty good lie as well. Big Chun Kim. It's left. Okay, not that far left. Remember, we saw Richard Lee get to all kinds of problems on this hole yesterday. Took double bogey 7 after that ventured into the trees to the left of the cart path. Kim is absolutely fine. Lee steady himself here. That's some kind of little bleeding cut. Keep this one in the fairway. Takes a nice soft bounce, and yeah, that's better. Quickly back to 11. Shugenji keeping a close eye on this one up the right-hand side. And that's okay. If he can produce a shot like what Sang-hee Lee just did up ahead. Right rough, not bad at all. A lot of players doing this routine these days. A little sip of water before. Usually it's putting, but Ryo Hisatsune does it on pretty much every shot. Japanese player that finds it straight in the PGA Tour. And you can see in the same state of mind before pulling the trigger every time. Some might say beauty. Indeed, it is a beauty for Hong Taek Kim. Nicely played. Oh, that's just golf for you, isn't it? You miss a tiny little one back on the 12, and then you can a long one from off the green. Take Yusaku Miyazato back to 4 under par and back onto the projected cut line. Hits to get himself here for eagle. Poor putt there. Kind of ran an overhit. Slip away at 12. Another good look at 13. Any breaks in the game of golf, so really got one. Able to take full advantage of it. Still, it's going to be a much needed birdie for Sang-hee. The team, you know, then he feels like he absolutely needed to pick up a shot on, and he'll do that. So he's come downhill to this 14th green. He's cut on the front portion today. A little wayward from Hyunjoo. start. Keep your focus over these. Okay. Rock solid for Kazuki Higa. Good bounce back after the drop shot at 10. Thickish lie for Woo Young Cho. Trying to just toss this one up in the air, trying to carry that bunker by a yard. Because you are going to get some release. There's always going to be a tall order to try and stick it close to that flag from that position. Hat-trick of birdies for this group on 11. Nicely done for Minchin Park. Today, needed 7 in the opening round. The eagles made by Sang-Hyun Park, the South Korean legend, who will unfortunately be missing the cut 2 under par. Not going to be good enough for weekend golf here in Ansan this week. Just through the back, stays out of the weeds. So from Minchin Park, not overly complicated from there. Eagle made on this hole. Kuri Iwasaki. It's the second hole of the day. Would go on to shoot a 65. He's at 8 under par at the halfway stage of the tournament. Just nestled down a touch for Bicton Kim in that left rough. I think the trees in front of him are going to be an issue. Got under that. A little stuck, club face laid wide open. That is going to be a little awkward for Kim. Perfect tee shot. Gotta take advantage of these. Contact sounded a little heavy. There's a long bunker shot left. Last week's winner.
강찬아, 의자 먼저 가져가라.
awkward. Depends on the lie for Birdie Kim. 11. A bit of a side slip. You can see the top third of the golf ball. Carry it at least into the fringe of this green. It's pretty hard left once it makes contact with the ground. Nice. Wonderful touch from there, Big Jun. Good to see a familiar face. Kim's caddy, Norwegian fella. Been out there a long time, goes by the name Joker. Smiling very much now though. This looks a little awkward for Hong Taek Kim. The way he's building that stance indicates to me that this ball even in the bunker here, it looks like it. Could be buried. He's on the grass bank there. Again, not the best place to put a camera. You can tell when he makes contact. Yeah, definitely a plugged line. Not able to generate any sort of spin. Just had to chop it out and hope for the best. Eager, 12th tee. Touch longer than it was yesterday. Doesn't deter Kazuki Higa going straight at the flagstick. Shigenji. Just trying to get that to catch the little downslope. He's undercooked it. That was the easiest of the 3 shots from around the green. He hasn't played his best there. Man. Park, just middle of the green, little past the hole. Ray trying to hit it at 12th. Now this is a makeable chip shot for Hong Taek Kim. Minimal break once it gets on the green. It's going to carry it past the fringe. It went out. Tried. Valiant effort. Disappointed with only a par after that good tee shot. The way that other country clubs have been playing through these first 2 days, you can't take your chances when you get them. So ready this week, if you ain't making birdies, especially on par 5, you are losing shots to the field. 14, Jin Lee, the effort on the way, and somehow doesn't tumble it over the front lip. That hasn't gone for. It's got 10 seconds. I don't think that ball's going to drip in. It's a 4. So he's a little bit of left to right, just on the midpoint of his putt. Look straight when you first get over it. That's what we've seen already in our coverage. Has to move a little to the right. Shigenji remains 5 under like Kim. This would be a scenic 4. If he can pop this one in bottom of the cup. Inside the top 10 for the first time this week. Well done, Bigjun Kim. To right under par he goes. Just runs out of a little steam. 12. First look of the day at Jung-Wan Lee. Started on the back 9. Picked up a birdie at the 18th to move into that share of 5th. This is second to the second. It's 12 and Higa. On the golf course yesterday, the 15th. Much friendlier spot today, and oh dear, sounded clunky from Hyungjun Lee, and you can just start to hear the pitter patter of rain. Actually, it's going to cause us to come off the golf course. Certainly, as long as there's no electrical activity overhead, we're going to be okay. At the moment, just a little irritation for the players and caddies out there. The second hardest hole. Friday's
75 to play, right? Yeah.
Confirming with Choker. Just trying to pitch this one 175 meters. Just a good solid 7-iron for Bigjun. Got to miss a green today. Sounded a little skinny. But he uses the sideboard. That's a good break for Bigjun Kim. Still hasn't missed a green today. Good look from behind the 13th tee at what the players have to deal with. And not really in that right-hand bunker. Just tugged that one. It's a very soft bounce. Okay. It's going to be an awkward stance, though. Genji. Back on the 12th. Start giving himself good looks. Get himself back in this championship. Oh, he didn't look overly pleased with it, but it was right over the top of the stick for Tatsunori Shigenji. Good tee shot. Someone should tell him. Song from the middle of the fairway on 14.
Very good.
Conventional setup and swing, but I have to say I really like it. It feels like he's got such good club face control. Keeps that club face really square through impact, and that Bigjun Kim's going to get a friendly little kick off the side slope. So birdie opportunities coming up for the featured group. This par 3 12. Over the Golf Pride logo on his grip. He moves that ball from left to right. That does suit the shape of this hole quite nicely. with a buried in an upslope for Hyunjin Lee. Can't take a mighty swipe at this. Easy to have that one come out slow. What do we say? It's hard to back up a low round with another one. Fortunately, Hyunjin Lee falling victim to that added today. So the great shot from Jungwon Lee into 2. It's now a birdie opportunity. To settle for par. Yeah, surprised me. He hasn't won more in the last 2 seasons. Really a rock-solid golfer. 3 times he's come runner-up at the May King Open. A love affair with Namseol in May. Korean golf's springtime traditions. We get into a rather warm summer season here in the land of morning calm. Unfortunately, that usually means a bit of rainfall as well, which the players are experiencing this afternoon. Putter. There we go. Finally one drops for Young Han. Well done. Back to 7 under par. Just a comfortable line for Kazuki. He's a long ways back as well. 175 meters. Slightly downhill. Right, to the front, inside track. So, of course, microphones. It's coming down a lot harder in the last couple of minutes. Lead for bogey. Just slides it in. Kim's paying attention because Kim is give him the perfect line read here. Working downhill pretty much all the way. It's from around 13, 14 feet. Can't buy a putt today, Pongtaek Kim. Good ones. Or just hasn't gobbled them up. Now Park on the 13th. Get a lot more control on this than Higa. That fall through, keep the flight down a little. Good shot. Racing around here. Second shot already into this third. 43 meters to go. Pins cut in the back right corner of the green. I'll take that. Pin high. It's going to be a lengthy putt. It's getting longer by the second. Day 2 coverage of the co-sanctioned Hana Bank Invitational. The best from Korea and the best from Japan contesting this championship at Country Club, being led by a Filipino, Justin De Los Santos, after back-to-back 66ers. Now Doyoung Mun gets that one out to dry. 14. He's going to stay on the cut line at 4 under par. I bet Jim Kim was watching carefully. Kim was hitting his putt. With such close attention, he's done the exact same thing. It's a thick lie for Young Cho at the 16th. So we've got 135 meters to go. Pins 16 paces on from the So 28 paces on from the front. Under that left bunker. That's a stellar shot. Didn't have the best angle to try and attack, but he's played it wonderfully. Looking for a little spark in his round. Has he hit that hard enough? No, he hasn't. Just wonder if that's a little precipitation, a little moisture on the greens. Just slowing them down a fraction. It's a little frustrating for and he leads the points and money list across in Japan. Pretty frustrating for Hyunjin Lee right now, starting the day with a share of the lead, and you find yourself fall back with 3 holes left to play. He found the fairway here on 16 though. Got to go on the attack on these softer greens. Just a little deep. I have an outside look. Just a nasty little bunker shot left for Kazuki Higa. Got to fly it pretty much 3/4 of the way there. Get a bit of spin on that. Oh, that is outrageously good from Kazuki Higa. Actually had the angle to play the plop and run. I thought the shoulder of the bunker was going to come in more. But regardless, he's executed fabulously and escaped with the par as we go back to the tee with Jun Kim. He certainly has the power to clear the right bunker. It really shortens up this hole significantly if you can take on the trap. Position now. Happy with a 2-putt from this spot. It's going to go just a little for Jung-Won Lee. He's considered. That's the judge. Kim sends it over the trap, but it's going to find the right-hand rough. Keep the concentration of the conditions that are really irritating like this. Birdie on, just 2 good swings on it. Give yourself a decent look. Not a decent swing from Shigenji, but just keeping a close eye on it. Just looks like it might have stayed out of the thicker stuff. Shot from Ocean Park. Definitely chalk that one up to a little moisture in the greens, just slowing them up enough that he's having to adjust on the fly. Jung-Won. The 2-putt. The big man from down south. Well, we could do with one of these dropping Hyunjin Lee. It's been a bit of a struggle today. Chance. 2 holes left in the second round. song. Former winner here, you see there, in salmon pink shirt. Wei Sang Moon. 7 under. Brilliant shot from left craft to get to this position for Woo Young Cho. Doesn't come back from out there. They try to move right at the hole. She's seen the funny side of things. Skies have opened, the rain is falling, but play continues to roll on here. The Hana Bank Invitational. Sadom Kaukenjana leads the Rookie of the Year race on the Korean Tour after his victory at the Kolon Korea Open back in May. Jun Kim barely ahead of Taehyun Ok. Scoring average. Straighter off the tee than Sung Jung, Canadian, he's home in South Korea, and you see Jun Kim and Hong Kim giving themselves lots of birdie opportunities this year. So too is Jin Ho Choi, all three featuring strongly this week. 4 top 10s apiece for Big Jun and Taehyun Ok coming into this week. Ji Ho Yang's not going to be adding any more to that tally. He is going to be missing the cut here, the 2023 champion of this tournament. Genji will stay out of the second cut of rough, so a slightly easier shot. Tatsunori. Okay, no harm done. Kim's ball. It looks like it's come back into the fairway bunker. Thought it squinted the right edge of it. Actually, I think it was far enough back where maybe that lip isn't going to be a problem. Hard to tell from this camera angle. And if that's the case, this is actually a good break, much easier shot than to be coming out of this thick and very wet rough. 27 left, and we got right at this pin. That went nicely. It's going to work out really nicely for Hong Kim. Start this left of the TV tower. Drift right towards the flag. .70. Kim Jun Lee. Travel down the left-hand side of this hole. Speed forwarded.
Yeah.
Stay in the fairway. Good job. Good team ball. Now that projected cut, you can see at the top of your screen. 4 under par. Santos leads the way after a second straight round of 66. chip shot for Shigenji on 13 when you expect a professional to get up and down 9 times out of 10. Go. As easy a 4 as you can make on this 13th hole. After that, the 14th is Ocean Park. You don't get anywhere near this front hole location even with the softened greens. Kim's birdie putt just didn't quite have the legs on it. Higa, 11 line and par, 25 left. He's knocked a couple out right today, particularly with the short irons. That's another one for Kazuki. Single cut on either the Korean Tour or the Asian Tour this year, and out of nowhere, storms home to victory to win his second Busan Open title. For not the first time today, Paul is going to stubbornly refuse to cooperate. After that tee shot, would be very much appreciated. Smile sometimes. I hit Hyunjin Lee, lovely tee shot on the 17th. Can attack into the front segment of the green. Comes slightly uphill, so you get a good amount of spin on this as long as contact's clean. Cut across that one hard. Get this to back up a little. And skids forward. 18th remaining, so par round leaves him in 3 of Dos Santos. So he's going to be a tall order for Winchon Park from that short-sided bunker. So this golf course, he had plenty of birdies for the first 2 rounds, but just slightly out of position with your tee shots. Winchon Park demonstrating that it can lead to some problems further down the holes. We go back to Cho on 17. Something else closer than Lee, but from the rough. Expected that to jump on him a little bit, but actually rather Woo Young Cho's chip to Hyunjin Lee's putt if you're thinking about holding it. 14, Jun Kim. We'll be learning a thing or two from Tatsunori Shigenji. The one-handed follow-through. It'll work. Ooh, maybe not. Looked like a particularly nasty patch of rough that ball is snuggled into. Sits in the top 10 in every single statistical category except for one. Fairway. 14th. Looks like hybrid. It's fine. Get this to the top crest of the fairway, which I hold down so that you get a little extra run out. Stuff tech. Green Higa. MP1 for birdie. Going to be pretty slow coming uphill. Tour. He won 4 times, including the Dunlop Phoenix and the Shenandoah Open. It's been an awfully long winner's drought since his Joe's pitch shot comes up just a little shy. Part for part, reverse sharply has got a long putter. Those players that has really tried everything on the greens, Incheon Park. The long putter, the short long putter, conventional, arm lock, you name it, he's tried it. Incheon downhill for his birdie on 17. Move a little right there. Keep turning. Good pace on that. Six wins. Kazuki Higa's career. He spent a part of the last 3 years outside of the winner's circle. Back to the front line of the third shot of Jungwon Lee. Par 5 fourth. It's 4 paces from the left edge here. Just over the back. Looks like he's got to negotiate a little side slope. Not exactly a straightforward move, but it is a birdie. Look. Upcoming for Ironman as we continue action on what's been a rather damp and dour day too, but it's not keeping the birdies away. Scoring, as it was yesterday, has been excellent here at the Hana Bank Invitational. Having hit hybrid off the tee. Well back, just missed that down slope. You can see Benji's caddy is standing on, but by virtue of being a little further back than his 2 playing partners, he's got a slightly more level lie. And most importantly, coming from the fairway, should be able to get a little bit more spin on this one, which is going to be beneficial. Access this front pin position. It's 11 from the front edge of the green, but only about 4 paces past that left-hand trap. Could have the room longer. Pretty good, sensible play really from Hong Taek Kim. Genji. First cut of rough. It would take easier to get a little bit of spin on this, but that was just hit up loose. A tiny bit of cushion under the ball. Slip the club under, try and get it right up the face. That creates the backspin. Releases on a smidge, but pretty good. Really, no choice here. Got to do the right thing. Even look at the pin. Get this one out. 30 feet long and right. Chances with the putt. One mistake you can't afford is to try and get a little greedy. Just carry the bunker. And this one comes out dead. Plug it in the face. Short side yourself, and we saw Incheon Park just bring a little unnecessary stress into his round. joker we're talking about. So we're trying to pitch this one. 79. Pretty good. Nice play. Demanding 15 from Higa.
Go! Go! (65에 80) 10정도요. 70.
Hard, right to left. 6 feet before the cup. Right at the top of the ridge, still get it hard enough. Getting to that point, this backman with the grips are starting to get a little slippery for the players. We've seen a few one-handed releases, and that sounded thin from Minchin Park. But just carries the bunker, gets a friendly little skip forward onto the putting surface. So from the lower level of the 16th green, this putt comes up a pretty steep rise. About 6 feet for par, but 14 each again, G. Another good putt. Another one. It's just a little shy on pace. I'm surprised he leads the scoring average in the Japanese Tour through the first 7 events. Cho, the home hole. Long and straight down the narrowest portion of the fairway at this par 5 closer. And Song made a career out of making putts with great efficiency from this length. And I apologize to the Young Han Song fans. I've just put the commentators cursing him. That's a 3-putt bogey. That tips him back to 6 under. And tip Kim. And just tilt a little from front to back into this first half of it. This putt's going to be riding uphill. Low. It's not ideal for Hunter. Just going to find the fairway for him, Jim Lee. He's very pleased with it. And as well he should be. Right in the middle of that circle on the fairway. That's it, circle. Maybe some money raised for charity. Good looking putt. Oh, you are kidding. I've seen a lot of putts just hit the brakes right before getting to the front lip this afternoon. It's going to be a par then. The rain continues to pour on the coast in Ansan. Hubert through for par. 15th for Kazuki. Kenyon. Off the 14th green. 5 under. Sang-Hee Lee sort of floundering around for most of the afternoon. Over for his round, 4 under for the championship. That's a little hit shot just off the right-hand side of the green. Still on that projected cut line. At the moment, it's still Los Santos by 1 over Choi, Iwata, and Oak. To be found for Hinchin Park. 15, but players will happily take 4 threes throughout the week on this tough par 3. Sort of momentum into the back 9. These are the putts that just to focus, especially in dribbly and damp conditions when you're lurking on the cut line, not having the best of days. Good news for Sang-Hee Lee is he doesn't need to start this one outside the hole. At the most, you'd have to say maybe just inside right, good pace. Snapped at the hole. Good thing he hit that hard. Nice part. Big putt here for the Canadian. Just to get to 4 under par and to play the weekend. Nicely done. Justin Chin had to endure some heartbreak at the Maekyung Open. Played in the final group, was 1 shot off Do Hyuk Mun's lead. Standing on the 17th tee, took a bogey there. And then a sextuple bogey 10 on the 72nd hole to go from tie for second to a tie for 12th.
65-80. Yep.
Tidying up while the feature group waits back on the tee. These boys will be relieved to know that 4 holes left before the comfort and dryness of the clubhouse awaits. First, step up to what's been a demanding par 3. Jim Kim has the honour. Just got to make sure you take enough club to comfortably clear that front bunker. Apple Williams stayed up there. Toward the 9 pin and goes through his opening round.
Go. Go.
And after that pretty hard, someone's asking for it to go.
It's heavy, I think.
Okay.
14. Yeah, this way.
Just feel
Because the wind is so heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought.
the intensity of that rain is starting to
Very
affect
well. Yes.
the ball flight.
Hana.
It's flying maybe
Hana.
10% shorter. Into a lot of resistance through this humid air, through those water droplets. You see, it's been a very steady round from Tatsunori Shogenji. Hasn't been able to gain any ground. So club up a little here, take the shortness out of play. Sounds like a sweet strike. He's liking it. Oh, all over it for Genji. Going to release on a little bit, but that's what you like to see. A little bit more from him. A little aggression. Just trying to steer it around the golf course and take the aggressive approach. And reasons to smile for the 27-year-old. His first win this year. The money list and the points list in Japan. Off his worst finish of the season last week, which was a top for 39th. Much to write home about. One birdie and 13 pars on his card. It's coming in much higher than the man from Japan. It's much shorter as well. You've seen he can run into some problems in that front bunker. Hyun-Jun Lee plugged it in the face, and from that great height we'll hope Hongtaek's ball hasn't buried into the sand as he and Shogenji sit just one above the cut line and 7 shots adrift of your current championship leader, the Philippines, Justin Dos Santos. Just off the mark at the 5th. That's a long ways back on 17. But it makes a difference to Younghan. It's a stellar golf shot. The South Korean. Kim Jong-un having a brilliant round of golf today. 6 under for his round. And alongside Jung-Wan Lee. Ageless Kim Jong-un. Start that one in. 8 under for the tournament, right in the hunt. To 16, Kunshin Park. On the day, Jung-Wan Lee, and keeps it that way with a nicely holed putt for par. Good up and down for Ironman. He's inside the top 5. Good news for Hongtaek Kim. Looks like he's avoided the bunker. I'll have to play this like a bunker shot. I don't know. Rough. Hang on a minute. No. Oh, he is plugged in the bunker. Sorry, my eyes have betrayed me. Yeah, that's the problem. It's a good strong man. Look out left. Club face wide open. Try and dig that hosel into the sand. Just at the back of the ball. Try and have it pop up high and soft. Not going to get any spin. It's going to chase. That's fabulous. Really. Oh, Just about all he could do from there. I'll take Kim. Excellent Kazuki he got. Into attack mode on 16 from that line to fairway. Back a hole to Big Chun Kim. Choosing to putt this one. It'll come through about 3 feet of fairway cut and about 3 more feet of fringe before this gets on the green. So it'll be a little unpredictable how that's going to wobble through. Or not. Or not. How about that for touch from Big Chun Kim. After we played. That's all after that stunner into the 17th. To recover the shot he lost on 16. Back to 7 under par goes Song. Inside the top 15. Consistent year that this young man has had so far. Started with that win at the Token Homemade Cup. Finished outside the top 6 in his next 3 starts. Then the playoff loss at the Japan PGA Championship where he led going into the final round. Top 20 in Ibaraki at the Mizuno Open and a disappointing time for 39th last week at the Mori Building Cup. Not for the first time today. But just needed a bit more pace. Usually love to end his day with a birdie. Around with the struggles he's had today, just 187 left. It's okay, he's left it in a decent spot, just short of the green. Contrast the consistency of Shogenji this year with what Hongtae Kim's produced. One cut made, and that was a win in Busan. Absolutely smashed that one through the break. You could see there was some unnecessary acceleration going on. Now it's starting to just creep into the back of his mind. He's going to fall onto the projected cut line. 3 holes to play, of course, one being that very scoreable par 5 18, but it's one of the as little stress as possible. It's okay. Finish right at the top of that spine. Cho, third shot to the 18th. Nothing fancy here. Pretty straightforward looking pitch. Played that nicely. Ball above his feet. Does go with a little right to left draw spin. It's going to be helpful trying to get it close to this flag. That's just going to finish the wrong side of that little spine for Kazuki Higa. Good for distance, but slightly off the mark. Give this one a good run. Stubby there. Edge caught. Just a fraction before the ball.
Sorry, thank you.
Heavy contact. Big jump. One place he can't miss, and 16 is left. The ball will be baptized. There is no it. So you can see a number of balls just carved in, creeping into that right rough. Left rough, and it's not the best of angles, especially to that left pin. Nice way to end for Hyungjun Lee. Bit of a frustrating round of golf for the overnight co-leader. All tots up to a level par 72. 3 birdies against 3 bogeys. He's still in the fight. And that in the strand. Led the PGA Tour in driving distance. Not so much the case now, but very much is a power game. There's nothing without precision. Just into the right rough, and even though picture missed the fairway, you'd have to prefer Shigenji's, just angle-wise. Aggressive play. Strong man doesn't need to drive it, especially when he's on the cut line. You can start this one up the left, try and hold up some kind of little fairway finding cut. That's the problem. Well out to the right, is he going to get away with it? Okay. Too bad from that camera angle. .68 from the youngster. Safely through to weekend action at the 13th Hana Bank Invitational. That's sadly redone. 16. I don't like the way he's pacing, and he's holding a wedge, so that inside bunker. That is an awful place to leave it. That side of it. Okay. Still not going to be easy. Not using the bunker. Steady on. False shot, my goodness, penalty area off the tee. Shot to here. Must get this up and down. And then deep last. Very good. Very good indeed from that spot. Moon. Unfortunately, he's just dropped a shot back on the 5th, so 7 under par. veteran. Obviously, remarkable character, KJ. He has a home in Forest City in Johor Bahru in Malaysia. Spends a lot of time playing golf down there, especially in the winter months in Korea when it is, frankly, unbearable and unfathomable to play a little golf. He's not golf at Forest City. Johor. Over that ridge. Here's Birdie. He's off after it quickly. He knew that wasn't hit with enough conviction. Jungwoo Han, 50, right on that cut line as well at 4 under. Pride of Chonan City, where we will return next year. Kolon Korea Open to Ujong Hills. It's about 20 minutes from his house. Always has a good fireplace there. Park, very top of that crest. In you go, Yunshan Park. With some speed as well, so it's a handy time to find a birdie. 5th of the day. To 18. That's Song. Problems off the tee, had to lay up and come a long ways back for his 3rd. That's pretty nicely played. Outside chance to end off his round with a birdie. So Sang-hee Lee and his struggles again. Don't forget. 6 under 66 yesterday. He's within 3 of the leaders. I'm thinking, right, I'm in good control of my golf game. Playing nicely all year. I'm going to make a move. A couple of bogeys later, find yourself 2 over for your round and 4 under for the championship. And all of a sudden, on your 16th hole, you've got this for bogey to fall 1 outside the cut line. That's how quickly things can turn around in the game of golf. This rain's not helping either. Wide. Task is getting that much more difficult for an increasingly frustrated Sang-hee Lee. An expensive double bogey on the 16th. Tidying up to do for his par, back on 15. Okay, there you go. And says pointless. 2 seasons ago did Ham. Great quality of player top the leaderboard right now. Justin De Los Santos, the Filipino who a full card on the Japanese tour. He's an unlucky pull sitter. 12 under par. He should be in range for him. 230 meters, just out of the left rough. Catches a piece of the green and just chases along nicely. It'll be for eagle, for Lee. Take Kim from that right rough. This in that lower sector where we saw Young Han Song just have it bounce up, just like that. Good clever shot there from Hong Taek Kim. Genji slightly above his feet on a down slope as well. Side of caution, but right of his flag. Caught that little high on the face. So that little did. See that angle I was talking about? You take a direct line at the hole, you're going to cover all that sand. It's only 109, but solid contact is key. Sounded like it. Oh, beautiful stuff from Big Jun Kim. There's a reason why he's topping that Genesis points list through the first 7 events of the year. Shots like that. Santos by 1. The Choi Iwata and Oak, and then Lee, Sean Norris, and Jun Lee in the clubhouse at 8 under. That's under par through 2 days. Not inside the top 10. That's just the quality of golf that we're seeing this week at the Hana Bank Invitational. Park. To that bonus birdie at the 16th, the 17th tee. Diving into the left rough. Well left. Not going to get all the way to the trouble. That could make the job unnecessarily complicated. So, a slow putt for Shogenji back at 16. Of the greens throughout most of the day. Well, that's a pretty good effort. Bakerman. Higa. Not look comfortable. With a number of shots today. Suzuki Higa. Find the fairway though. Took him. Be careful. Coming his slope. A little left. Easy ball. Easy. Okay. That's a good two-putt. Safe. Par 16. Kim. 4 under. Back to Jungwon Lee. Trying to move up that leaderboard. There's an eagle opportunity on the par 5. Looks off the right. That one always a little bit low. Stunner. Second shot. Victor Kim. And he'll convert for birdie to move himself inside the top 5. Somehow the golf he's piecing together here. But when the KPGA was here last year at the inaugural Heaven Masters, the 36-hole cut was 4 under par as well. So the scoring pace was expected as Kim Jong-un was having some problems here. It was going along really well till the cameras showed up. Was it 8 under par? Bogeyed the par 3 fifth. Going to be dropping at least one shot. At the par 5 6. Back to Shigenji. Keep that card clean today. He'll do just that. Good 2-putt for Tatsunori. Awful stance for Incheon Park. Uncomfortable heels just dangling off the edge over the bunker. He's done well to pop it back into play. Kicking himself if he doesn't walk off this screen at 10 under. Jungwon Lee. Start the kicking. It's a very poor 3-putt. He needs to find 2 shots in these last 2 holes if he wants a little bit more golf and a paycheck this week. It's a bit of a funky bounce. More than likely we'll need to make a 3 on 18 to make the cut. Kim Jong-un. Watching year as well. There's 2 seasons in fact for Kim Jong. That's how infuriating this game can be. You've got all the momentum in the world. You're putting together a great round. 8 under for the tournament. 6 under for your day. And 4 of the lead. And you go bogey double. And you find yourself just one on top of the cut line. Apart from maybe not hitting as many fairways as he would have liked, some pretty good leading stats on day 2 for Big Jun. As they narrow up the fairways for these players. Laughing a little bit. Could be the bunker that we saw Incheon Park dangling over the group ahead. Yusaku Miyazato up at the home hole. Capitulation will be around for the weekend. Great touch there. Pretty much a cast iron birdie that will see the veteran to Saturday's play at 5 under. Shigenji. Ample room on the right hand side of this par 4. Don't need to put that left bunker into the equation. Oh. straight up chuck in Shin Park. Just got a little too cute with it. Looked his last tee shot out right. He had to pick a side to miss this fairway on at 17. You'd have to say right, certainly safer. Half his fairways away. That one wasn't going left. Let's go, okay. No problems at all there for Hung Taek Kim. Yep. Second shot well left, but just play a little pitch shot. Johan Song, closing birdie. This one matches 68 for Thursday's opening round. Gonna be head into the weekend very much in the picture for his first win since the QBC Sansan Augusta years ago. The Japanese tour. Never won in South Korea. His best finish ever. Runner-up. The Korean Open last year to Lee Kim. Shin Park. Okay. Poor tee shot and chunk and hit to a bogey for Unshin. Par 72 yesterday. Saku Miyazato has done exactly what he needed to do today to play his way into the weekend. 67. Miyazato. Sang-hee Lee. This would make his life that much easier going into 18. He will most definitely need a 3 on the last. So the third man of that group, Sangwon Bae, earlier on. Fortunately, the former champion here is going to miss the cut, finishing at 3 under for the tournament. Plays over lead that putt. 16th to Han. No different. Eager for par. Okay, well hauled. Despite some pedestrian golf in this back line, Kazuki Higa still running inside the top 15. Roll this one in somehow. And they need to make 3 on the last. It's an easy hole location to do that, but yesterday been 4 eagles in the 18th hole today, so he's going to need the 5th. Parks goes through his full routine. Put this one in for an irritating bogey. Got him back to 6 under. Sunshine and rainbows for the afternoon starters today. Steady downpour and is just blanketed the players in rain for the part of the last hour and a half. pressure. Stop that club head from turning over. Slide up slope here, Tatsunori. It's not the worst slide that we've seen in the rough this week. 129 meters to go. That front pitch. Just in the step kind of rough. So should have decent control on this one from 120. Not his best, I think. It's just a little wide. Kim's got a bit of a break here. Over the bunker, decent line. Slide up slope 2. Wiry fellow, but he's got lots of speed. And that's going to work out nicely. And done. Persistent rain continues to pour here at the Heaven Country Club. The projected cut looks pretty much locked at 4 under par, and as it was at the beginning of the day, of the show, I should say. Justin De Los Santos leads the way after a morning round of 66. look to head to the closing hole and Kazuki Higa. Just about saw that ball burrow into the right rough. Not sure he's going to be able to get enough of the ball to reach into, but with the layup, and a difficult hole to find a birdie on. And Hong Taek Kim. Chip and run from the left-hand side of the green. Very nicely played. Just an iron. Got Inchin Park on 18T. Really not happy with the way he's hitting that driver. This one, caddy's signaling that one's out right. Oh my goodness. Well, that could have been real bother for Inchin Park. We saw the bounce left. He's battling something right now. This would just be a rude birdie to make for Jun Kim for being out of position. Off the tee. It's got half a chance. Oh, it's in. Jun Kim, take a bow. 2 tee shots on 16 and 17. To make 2 birdies there, he moves into solo 5th. What a performance. The 23-year-old Jawan Lee. Left rough on 7. Tall fella, so this is going to be a little uncomfortable. Ball below his feet. There's a lot of work with Jae Kyung Lee. He's been a nice stable of players through the years. Himself a great player, former Asian Games gold medalist. That's a solid shot from Jungwon. Shogenji for par. Stay fairly straight this one. Yep. Never a doubt there, centre cup. He's held out well today, Tatsunori Shogenji. Just a patient player. You know he's got a low round in him at some point this week. To Kim Jong-moon. Just dropped 3 shots in his last 2 holes, but that's more like it from the 42-year-old. Solid shot there for KJ. I'm thinking it. I don't want to say it. This might have a shank written on it if he's not careful. Did the wise thing there. Not trying to be too greedy and advance that too far up the hole. Just pop it into play. Higa. 2/3 of that ball submerged in the rough. He's got 3 wood. Pop this back in the stance, catch ball first, have it scuffing up the fairway. You're not sure that the path ahead is clear for Jun Kim. Back to that birdie. Really good scrambling today. He's played himself. And 2 of De Los Santos. Can't miss it left on 18. Oh, has he gotten away with it? I think he has. Oh, you lucky boy, Big Jun Kim. That hits the cart path. That's lost ball country. Park's 3rd. Still hasn't found the green. Times in golf, talk about not only players' potential with their ceiling, but also their floor. By that is, they're not having the best of days. They're still counting rounds of par or better. Again, he's just showing us that his floor has certainly raised this season. Really, a little bit out of sorts. And having dropped a shot today, he's still 1 under par for his round. That's the mark of a great player. One of these guys in the field this week, catch a hot day, you can throw a low round in there, no problem. It's when you're not having your best, can you still fight your way around a golf course and keep yourself in contention. That's the key to success. That's the key to consistency, to longevity in this great game, especially as a professional. They're playing the easiest hole on the golf course for the second day in a row. 4 eagles recorded. The 18th second round. Just needed to find the fairway. Do. Make it easy on himself. Can't take him this back nine, but it's all right. Should be around for a weekend action. Sun. This has got to go in for Sang-hee Lee. That just adds insult to injury, really. Sang-hee Lee, shockingly, going to be missing the cut after starting with a 66 yesterday. Kinoshita going to need this one to drop, and another. That's a good way to do it. So 4 under par for his round today. 2 holes to go for Kinoshita. To 15. And last year's New Zealand Open champion, Takahiro Hataji. 69 yesterday. 3 under for his round today, but that one just going skating past. From here. Too difficult. A lot more loft than I expected, but it's going to be a birdie for Kazuki. One for a birdie to join Kim at 10 under. Shoots the edge. Great putt. Has taken the scenic route up this 18th hole in Shin Park. Still not in it. Can jump for a much needed birdie. Just to restore a little confidence. Get that momentum back. Yeah. Well holed. Good birdie from KJ. Expensive little 3-putt there. The big man. Maybe 3 holes. He's back down to 5 under. There's the splash out of the sand for Sang-hee Lee, but he'll be left shaking his head as he leaves Ansan this evening. Eyes on a big move. Put himself in a position for a weekend run. Instead, having the weekend off. 10 shots worse off than it was on Thursday. The 8th tee, Kim Jong-woo, nothing more than a 9-iron. All over it. Moon. Knocks that one up nicely. Backs up a 67 with around a 69 today. Didn't have his best stuff, but maybe inside the top 10 at the halfway stage. Follow that tee shot in, Jungwon. Such a nice whip at the top of his backswing. Such good tempo. Pretty good. Okay. Adventurous 5 on the last. It's around a 71. That leaves him at 6 under par. Looks like Kazuki's all coming out of that right rough, but the line the worst. Some other shots. Try and flight this down a little. Chases on the green, brilliant. Comes up short. Pretty simple up and down. Threw everything ahead of that one. Just creeps into the right rough, going to complicate matters slightly. Driving line in hand, nice clean line, a level line. So 4 left, this raised final green. Started well out to the right. Okay, absolutely fine over there. Shot picture of Kim. And bounce around, but okay. After that, to tie the lead. Birdie at 7. Kinoshita will make another there at 8. Brilliant fight back after that 73 yesterday. He's got himself up to 4 under par, 5 under for his second round. Well done, Kinoshita. Taji, 3 putt at 15th. Second shot now into the 16th. All the Japanese players younger than me. 6'1", 6'2", excuse me. Dominant victory last year. New Zealand Open. Birdie putt on the way, and finally gets one to drop. Good birdie there for Ironman. Waited a while for it. First of the back 9. He joins Kim at 10 under par. pretty makeable looking chip for Victor and Kim. Kim would sadly take it up and down. So too with Tatsunori Shogenji. So there's a little crown at the front of the green. Quite a false front, but imagine he's got to fly it over that. No option to bump it in at the slope, not with the softness and the wetness of the fairways after this rain. Can't get it all the way into the flat portion and it bounce soft. That was always going to be a bit of a problem coming from that wet rough. For back-to-back birdies now, Kyung Jung-moon. Just tickles it in over the left lip. He has had quite the roller coaster back nine, Kyung Jung-moon. Hopefully, back in the right direction. Set to play his third. Very nicely played shot. Took the aerial route, as so many youngsters do these days. Can equal the low round of the day. That's 64 from Kim Lee. It's going to be within one. De Los Santos and Hataji. A portion of the 16th green for his birdie. Skip and run. Shot he played back on 17. Textbook stuff from Home Tech. Well, it'll be a second cut made of the year for Home Tech Kim. The reigning Busan Open champion. Stage, but this course yields plenty of low scores and low rounds. So as long as you play the weekend, you have a chance. Japan next week for the Japan Players Championship, and then to play International Series Morocco on the Asian Tour when the schedule gets back up and running in a couple of weeks' time. Royal Golf Dar es Salaam. And, oh, well, like a bad movie. We've seen that so many times today. Tatsunori Shogenji, that close for a birdie on his closing hole. Suppose you could say you're allowed one bad round every week if that's his out of the way. Just pedal to the metal tomorrow. Still yet to miss a cut this season. Tatsunori Shogenji looks to try to extend his lead at the top of the Japanese Order of Merit. Money earned here at the Hana Bank Invitational counts towards both Order of Merits in Korea and Japan. Respective points allocations as well. Same as points lists, the Japanese Tour and the Genesis points list here in South Korea. It's a list that this man tops. Hopes to keep that position at the end of the week. A wonderful round of golf today for Baek Jun Kim, a 65 for him. Now makes it a quartet of chasers, one behind Justin De Los Santos. Well played, Baek Jun Kim. Just pushed his tee shot a touch on this 9. Backed out slightly. Getting it over the trees in front of him is going to be an issue. So I'm going to have a short iron into the green. Just picking out a line. Just trusting that line as well. Just being fucking right where that lamppost is. Stats teams and what kind of yardage we're working with for Jim 1. First, the man who's certainly had a hot hand this afternoon in the rain, Kinoshita, done all the hard work to get himself up to 4 under par. Par here on the last will do for Utah. Stays out of the bunker. He's going to need to get that one up and down. So, somewhere behind there is Jungwon Lee. I think this can't be anything more than a 9 iron. These players. Wedge for 113. Make sure you get good contact here. Solid strike, descending blow, a little steeper. So he did that. And he's got the legs. Oh, yep, here's your answer on the front edge. I'll extricate it there. The tall fella just became a dad. Just 24 twins all in a go. First cut of rough on the left hand, right hand side. Just trying to drift back towards the target.
약간 플라이식으로 날랐어. 그치.
Good take goal. Struggles with form. 25. 4-time winner on the Korean Tour. Representing the Asian Tour, Shinhan Donghei Open. Club 72 in 2023. Heading to a new venue this year. Invitational Golf Club. Just recently staged Mid-Golf Korea. Jung Woo-han dropped a shot back on 17, so he needs a birdie on the closing hole to be around for weekend action. It's a little shy. Down there required for Hana. Kinoshita. Yes, this goes in. It's going to be an early exit for Kinoshita-san as well. Looks like Sang-hee Lee, another prolific winner, season campaigner. He's not going to have any further part to play in this year's Hana Bank Invitational. Taji all behind on 17 with his second shot. Front segment of the green, just past that little slope, but pretty good. shots in the last 2 holes. This group, Korean help Chapman jump. He's pretty much out of it. Even part needs the help. That's good. That's real good from Min Chun Kim. Pops that in. Unscorable par 5, easiest hole in the golf course. Tee shot and Kim. They've done enough with that excellent approach in the 17 to secure passage through the weekend stages of this championship. Right now, as it stands, 78 players, 4 under par or better. Wuhan's not one of them. We'd love to be. Keep going. Oh, that's going to be a nervy one for the handman. Three-putt from a similar range back at par 5-6 during one lead. There's a 3-putt par, but we're not going to take a 3-putt here. This with enough pace. These greens have slowed down almost a foot with the persistent rain for the last 2 hours or so. Pretty good effort. Yusuke Kinoshita. Pitch there. Enough. Yusuke. Back in the winner's circle late last season on the Japanese tour. He was seen all and done it all. Game of golf in the land of the rising sun. Kim Jong-moon. Noted that properly topsy-turvy back line he's had. 4 birdies in a row. A bogey, a double, and back-to-back birdies. It would be poetic if this one went in for around 66. Hit it hard enough, high enough. But that should be enough for a putt. Intent through the motions of the previous round. Disappointing. 74, 73 yesterday. Did some irreparable damage to his chances. 5th to the title. Lead for par in his final hole of the day from round 68. This would get him secure the spot in the penultimate group tomorrow alongside Taehyun Ok and Baekjun Kim. Yep, good 2-putt. Jungwon Lee sniffing about to end the title drought. Into the weekend. Jung Woo Ham to make the cut. This one's got to go. Oh, and he knew it. Just overhit it slightly, and oh, frustration for Jung Woo Ham. Past 72 today. These cuts are never fun, but especially when you're one of the headline players for the sponsor of this championship. Kinoshita hit a beautiful little pitch shot from a sticky spot just short of the green. Got to tidy it up. Well done. Well done indeed. Yuta Kinoshita birdies at 6, 7, 8, and a great up and down on 9. He's through to the weekend after a 67. One Kinoshita through to the weekend. The other one bowing out despite a round of 69. Suke Kinoshita is heading home. Going to match the effort of his playing partner Yuta Kinoshita to 67 as well for Kyung Jung Moon. Start the weekend inside of the top 20. Taji on 17 with this downhill slider. He's walking after it quickly. Still moving pretty quickly. This clubs it. Past 17. Suke Kinoshita is in home. Taji looking right outside the right lip here. Good stroke. That's 2-putt. Well done, Min Jun Kim. 4 up to last. We'll be through Saturday action. So let's reflect on another brilliant day of golf here at Heaven Country Club. And let's start with Jin Ho Choi, who bagged around a 64 yesterday to lie just a shot behind the co-leaders. Started slow with a bogey at the 4th, but picked up a couple of birdies. Jin Ho Choi with one more birdie with this lovely pitch on the 18th. His name brings to a 69. He'll be in the final group tomorrow afternoon. Alongside the veteran 44-year-old Hiroshi Iwata. That birdie, the last of his 6 in his round. 68 for Iwata-san. Taking Oak birdied his final hole right at the death of play yesterday. To share the lead at 9 under with Hyung Jun Lee. Just the ho-hum round of 70 for Taehyun Oak also leaves him at 11 under par. Hyung Jun Lee started the day with a share of the lead. Found the going tough early doors. So this was a nice way to end his front 9. That birdie putt rolling in. Take him back to double digits under par. Big move of the day came from the Genesis points leader, Baek Jun Kim. Courtesy of a red-hot putter. Birdied his opening hole, string of pars, and then picked up his second of the day at the 7th, but he was not done yet. Stepped up on the 8th tee. We have seen some fireworks already today. Took dead aim. Go on to roll that one in for a birdie. Pars at 9 and 10. And then this super flop from the right-hand side of the 11th green. Made that shot look a lot simpler than it was. So got to 4 under par. Meanwhile, Young-Han Song is getting his putter fired up after a couple of sloppy misses. That one found its target. The 16th and responded gutsy fashion. Beautiful approach into the 17th. That'll be his final birdie of the day in his round of 69 to go into the weekend at 7 under. Woo Young Cho. Similar spot where we saw Jin Ho Choi on 18. Short work of that. Birdie for him. He's through to the weekend at 5 under par. Hyung Jun Lee really just battled his swing all day long. At least would end his day with a birdie. And even par round of 72. To remain where he was at the start of the day at 9 under. Jim Kim slightly out of position with the tee shot. Didn't have much club in hand, but the softer greens took full advantage of his power and strength and got that one to come down nice and soft. And a lovely birdie. Taking 5 under par for his round. Just sniffing around at the top end of the leaderboard. 17. Got a good break with his tee shot. He would capitalize. A lovely hack out with a wedge to that point. And a birdie putt that tracked straight into the bottom of the cup. Meanwhile, on the front side of the golf course, Jungwon Lee was having a productive day. Turned in 3 under par. That birdie at the 8th, his lone birdie on his back 9. Bogey-free round of 68 for Lee. He sits at 10 under par through 36 holes. 18th, Baekjun Kim again got lucky with a tee shot. Could have ended up in all sorts of problems. Got his second just left of the green. Nice little pitch up to that point. He would make it 4 players at 11 under par, chasing Justin De Los Santos with 36 holes to play at the 13th edition of the Hana Bank Invitational. After he completed his round, Jungwon Lee had a chance to make it 5 players at 11 under par. It wasn't to be, but Lee would happily take a 2-putt to sit in solo 6th at the halfway point. So, 2 rounds down, 2 rounds to go. 4 under par, the cut line. 12 under par, the target set by Filipino Justin De Los Santos, who's going to make their big move on Saturday. Join us tomorrow to find out. Until then, this is Timothy Lowe saying have a lovely evening. Enjoy the US Open tonight. And we'll see you once again back at Heaven CC for day 3 tomorrow afternoon. Bye-bye for now.